My man brought me a matcha. It is now basically the end of the year. I feel like once this month hits, everything kind of just like meshes into one. Dinner parties come up, social gatherings, you know, it's like a whole thing. And I wanted to give you guys some makeup looks that you could wear for these events. So I will hopefully be sprinkling these videos out throughout the next couple weeks so you guys can have them. Let's call this one like your Thanksgiving makeup look, okay? I am actually really excited for Thanksgiving this year because it is Harley's first Thanksgiving with us. And I am just mentally preparing like what her bowl is gonna look like when I know it's really just gonna look probably like a pile of mush, but it's the thought that counts. And I'm getting so excited. I'm like, she's gonna get some sweet potatoes, some pumpkin. I'm so stoked. So I just have a couple palettes that we're gonna play around with today. I'm kind of gonna lean with this makeup look more towards the warmer neutrals. I definitely want to do like a cool toned version, but today, you know, I got the gold jewelry. We're just keeping it very warm up in here. So let's begin. Yeah, I'm taking the E.L.F primer. This is just the one in sheer. And I still do not know what this is actually called. I can never remember. I forgot how fast this one dries down. Oh my god, and I was like talking for a little bit before I started blending it. You guys, my brows, okay, I really, I think I just got too excited when I realized that I could trim them myself because I've really messed them up big time. And, well, maybe you can't tell, but I do have them filled in right now, but like, honestly, like this brow has a chunk that I've mentioned several times, just like missing from the arch. But then this one, like this whole tail is just a wreck. Neither of them are in good condition, but I just need to like really grow them out. But it's so hard for me because if I see the little hairs, like I just want to like pluck it or trim it or whatever it may be. It drives me mad, but I don't know. Have you guys ever tried growing out your brows when they are just severely destroyed? Because I need some tips. I need some words of encouragement. So just send them on through. For the eyeshadow, I'm gonna use the Dose of Colors. This is the Baked Browns. Yes, the Baked Browns palette. This is a very well-loved product in my makeup collection. We are gonna take the shade that I have already hit pan on. This is the shade, I think, Deserted? Yeah. And I actually might mix this with a tad bit of bronzer. So I'm basically taking this from the inner corner of my eye and pulling it out towards that tail end. With every dip back into the pan, I'm making sure to tap off the excess because I want to make sure that I still have control of the product. That way I can make it look as soft as possible.
It's strawberry filled.
That looks crazy. That smells so delicious. Wow. Where was I? Okay, next up we're gonna do the Pumpkin Pie eyeshadow from E.L.F. and I'm gonna dip into this one, which is just slightly deeper than the first shade we used. And I'm mainly gonna focus this on the outer half in order to create a bit more depth. Initially, I don't even know if I said this, but I was thinking about doing an all matte look and keeping it really soft, but then I just saw the shimmers in this palette and I want to use them today. So I feel that in order to use those, I need to make this a deeper eye look. I think I'm gonna do this one from the E.L.F palette first because the Dose one does have a really deep brown. I just might need something to help transition into that spectrum. And just lightly begin to feather that in towards the inner part of the eye. I am also going to begin creating a wing from the corner of my lash line. I sometimes find that the most simple looks kind of take the longest just because you're really trying to go light-handed but also slow to make sure you're blending everything out, because I think that's when like my eyeshadow looks turn out the best. Now I feel comfortable dipping into the shade Rock Bottom from the Dose palette because I think I'm at a good place now where it's not gonna look disconnected. So with a small pencil brush, I'm gonna dip into that shade And I'm mainly going to use this as a liner. So I'm going to keep most of the focus on the base of the lash line and then just ever so slightly pull that up into the crease. You see that my eyelid folds right here. So when I am placing eyeshadow, I like to look directly into a mirror because that way I can see exactly where I'm placing that eyeshadow. This is really important because if not, I can get transfer onto like the upper half of my eyelid and then the whole makeup look gets ruined. So this way I'm mapping out exactly where I want all the mattes to be, and then when I go in with the shimmer, it's going to fall as perfect as it possibly could. Now we're ready for the shimmer. So I am gonna do this one, which is slightly a little more bronzy. I'm not even gonna wet the brush. I'm simply gonna dip right into the pan and place it on the eyelid. And I'm only filling in the gap that I have. Here are the eyes as of right now. I'm going to put lashes on off camera and then I'll come back to do the face and then we'll go back to the eyes. Okay, I'm back. So I am actually just gonna do the putty primer from E.L.F. I'm kind of feeling like using one primer today, and that's all right. I always want to use the JUVIA'S foundation whenever I don't have a tan on, and this is the only shade of foundation I have that matches a tan. Maybe if I just like drag it down my neck, but oh my god, I'm very pale right now. Maybe I shouldn't. I'll mix it. That's what I'll do. I'll mix it with some of the CAMO CC cream, which honestly is still like a semi deep shade for my complexion at the moment, but I've actually never mixed the JUVIA'S one with anything, so I want to see how it meshes, how it gets along. Usually I would do this on a palette, but I'm kind of lazy today. Oh, I guess the E.L.F. one is a smidge lighter. Hopefully you can kind of see those side by sides. This is the E.L.F. one and the other is the JUVIA'S. I guess I should have put them a little further apart to show you. Yeah, it's probably still dark. It's fine, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna start with that much and then see where that goes. The JUVIA'S one does cover a lot of area with very minimal product. Wow, that is a stunning combo. My face looks so glowy. All right, before I do contour, I'm gonna take some of the MILANI Concealer and Perfect highlighter, dab it onto the cheekbones. I probably should have done this prior to the foundation. Do you see that? Oh my god. Now taking the contour. This is not sponsored by JUVIA'S. I know I'm using a lot of the products today, but I'm just in that mood, I guess. So I'm gonna take the concealer, and this is very intense. This is another product that I tend to use way too much of. So I need to start off with a very small amount. Wow, I actually feel that that was the perfect amount for me. That's very good to know. So just little dots. Now for powder, I'm gonna use the one from One Size. I always forget I have this one, mainly because it's at the bottom of all the powders I have because it's like the biggest one. So yeah, I always forget about it, but it is a nice one. I'm gonna go ahead and begin pressing this into the skin, starting with the center of the face and then working my way out. Yeah, my face is definitely a different shade than my neck. I need to bring up this jacket. And now for bronzer, the one I had used when doing some of the crease was the JUVIA'S Place one, so I'm just gonna use that on the face as well. And I have mine in the shade medium. I'm gonna use just the lighter one of the two for today's look. Take a big fluffy brush to help dust that product on. Even though I set the face, you can still see that MILANI shine coming through, but not even just the highlighter. Like that also has to do with just both of the foundations that I used because those are definitely very glowy bases. But this is like what I like with my skin. I like to have that like healthy glow coming through but still have my face set. When it comes to nose contouring, I like to bring it into the brow because I like for it to have that natural shadow as opposed to it being like just two lines here and then like a gap there. Doesn't really look good on my face. And for highlight, I'm only going to take it down the center of the nose because I don't feel like I need it on the rest of my face. I would do a matte peach blush if I had that, but I don't. The only like peachy tone-ish blush I have is the Milani Luminoso. That one does have a sheen to it, and I just think it might be too overpowering for this look. So I'm gonna do, I think, the Essence one. We're just gonna do a little bit of blush. It will be fine. I'm gonna keep the lower half of the eyes bare because I kind of just want all of the focus to be in the top half. And now lastly for lips, I'm gonna do Keep It Spicy from LA Girl. And I'm gonna do a light fill. This is a little more like pinkier than I would have liked. Maybe if I do Kola. Kola is typically that one lip liner that will really give me the lip I want. Okay, I think that ties it in a tad better. And now for the gloss, this is the E.L.F. Plumping Gloss in Champagne Glam. Oh my god, that is so pretty. Another product that I forgot I had, but wow. So cute. And there you have it. This is the final makeup look for your holiday festivities. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I actually might do this for anything that I might have coming up. I really don't think I have a lot, but if I do, this will most likely be the makeup look that I'll have on. As I mentioned, I am going to do my best to give you some cooler toned makeup looks and just other variations for holiday makeup. And yeah, I will leave you with this for the time being. Oh, every time.